I've memorized the title, Your Muscles Are Disappearing Without This One Food, Senior, and will create an engaging conversational script for your YouTube video targeting viewers aged 50-70 about muscle preservation through natural nutrition. Introduction. Have you noticed your clothes fitting differently lately? Or perhaps everyday tasks like carrying groceries or climbing stairs have become surprisingly difficult. What if I told you that after age 50, your body could be losing up to 3–5% of your muscle mass each decade without you even realizing it? This silent thief of vitality isn't just affecting your appearance, it's directly linked to your longevity, independence, and quality of life. In today's video, I'm going to reveal a remarkable natural food that has been scientifically proven to help preserve and even rebuild muscle tissue as you age. This isn't about bodybuilding or looking like a fitness model. It's about maintaining the strength you need to live independently, prevent falls, and potentially add years of active, vibrant living to your life. By the end of our time together, you'll discover why this one powerful food is missing from most seniors' diets, how to incorporate it correctly, and the simple combination that multiplies its muscle-preserving effects. This information could completely transform your approach to aging and help you maintain your vitality well into your golden years. Let me ask you something important. Have you ever thought about what it would feel like to lose your independence? To need help with basic daily tasks that you've always taken for granted? This isn't meant to frighten you, but rather to highlight a crucial truth that many doctors simply aren't discussing with their patients. After the age of 50, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass through a process called sarcopenia. It's like a slow, silent drain of your strength and mobility. Think about it this way. Your muscles aren't just there to help you lift heavy objects. They're essential for maintaining your balance, supporting your joints, regulating your metabolism, and even supporting healthy blood sugar levels. When we lose muscle mass, we're not just becoming weaker, we're becoming more vulnerable to falls, fractures, metabolic disorders, and a host of other health issues that can dramatically shorten our lifespan. But here's the good news. This process is not inevitable. With the right nutrition and activity, you can preserve and even rebuild muscle tissue well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And it all starts with understanding the critical role of protein in your diet. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I eat plenty of food. Shouldn't that be enough? Unfortunately, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at using the protein we consume to build and maintain muscle. This is called anabolic resistance, and it means we actually need more high-quality protein as we get older, not less. So what is this one powerful food that can help combat muscle loss? It's something surprisingly simple, yet remarkably effective. High-quality animal protein, particularly from sources like wild-caught fish, organic eggs, and grass-fed meats. These foods contain what scientists call complete proteins, meaning they provide all 9 essential amino acids that your body cannot produce on its own. But not all animal proteins are created equal. The quality of the source matters tremendously. For example, wild-caught salmon contains not only complete protein, but also omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation and support muscle recovery. Compare this to processed meats, which may contribute to inflammation and actually accelerate muscle loss. Let me ask you, what did you have for breakfast today? Was it something like toast and coffee, or did it include a good source of protein? Many traditional breakfast foods are carbohydrate-heavy and protein-poor, setting us up for inadequate protein intake right from the start of our day. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition has found that spreading your protein intake throughout the day is more effective for muscle preservation than consuming it all at one meal. Aim for about 25–30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. To put that in perspective, that's approximately 4 ounces of salmon 4 eggs, or a palm-sized portion of lean meat. But here's something critical that many people miss. Protein alone isn't enough. Your body needs certain cofactors to properly utilize that protein for muscle building and maintenance. This is where the magic combination comes in. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle function and protein synthesis. Without adequate vitamin D, your body simply cannot effectively use the protein you consume to maintain muscle mass. Studies have shown that vitamin D deficiency is associated with accelerated muscle loss and increased risk of falls in older adults. The sun is our primary natural source of vitamin D, but as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing it. Additionally, many seniors spend less time outdoors or use sunscreen that blocks vitamin D production. Do you know your vitamin D levels? Have you had them checked recently? If not, I strongly encourage you to ask your doctor for a simple blood test. The optimal range for vitamin D is typically between 40 to 60 nng/ml, yet many adults over 50 have levels well below 30 nng/ml. Good food sources of vitamin D include fatty fish, like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, particularly from pasture-raised hens, and mushrooms that have been exposed to sunlight. However, it can be difficult to get sufficient amounts from food alone, which is why sensible sun exposure and possibly supplementation may be necessary. Another critical cofactor for muscle preservation is magnesium. This mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including protein synthesis and muscle function. Yet studies show that up to 80% of Americans don't get enough magnesium from their diets. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains are excellent sources of magnesium. When you combine these foods with your high-quality animal protein, you create a powerful synergy that supports muscle maintenance. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite source of protein, and how often do you include it in your meals? This information could help others in our community find new ways to incorporate these muscle-preserving foods into their diets. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Many people worry that consuming animal protein is bad for their heart health or kidneys. This is a misconception that stems from outdated research and has unfortunately kept many seniors from getting the protein they need. Unless you have pre-existing kidney disease, research has consistently shown that moderate to high protein intake is safe and beneficial for older adults. In fact, adequate protein has been linked to better blood pressure control and improved cardiovascular health when it comes from quality sources. But what if you're vegetarian or vegan? Can you still preserve muscle mass? Yes, but it requires more careful planning. Plant proteins like beans, lentils, quinoa, and tofu can provide substantial amounts of protein, though they typically aren't as complete or bioavailable as animal sources. If you follow a plant-based diet, you may need to combine different plant proteins throughout the day and potentially consider a plant-based protein supplement to ensure you're getting all essential amino acids in sufficient quantities. Here's another question worth considering. Are you currently taking any medications that might be accelerating muscle loss? Many common prescription drugs, including certain statins, corticosteroids, and some diabetes medications, can contribute to muscle wasting as a side effect. This doesn't mean you should stop taking prescribed medications, but it does underscore the importance of proper nutrition to counteract these effects. Have you noticed any muscle weakness since starting a new medication? This is definitely worth discussing with your healthcare provider. Now, I want to share a simple strategy that can help you maximize the muscle-preserving benefits of protein. It's called protein pacing, and it involves consuming moderate amounts of protein at regular intervals throughout the day, rather than having one protein-heavy meal. This approach helps maintain a steady supply of amino acids in your bloodstream, which is ideal for continuous muscle repair and maintenance. A practical example might look like this: eggs or Greek yogurt at breakfast, a handful of nuts and seeds. As a mid-morning snack, fish or lean meat at lunch, a protein smoothie in the afternoon, and another serving of animal or plant protein at dinner. This pattern ensures your muscles have a constant supply of the building blocks they need to combat age-related loss. But protein isn't the whole story. There's another factor that works hand in hand with good nutrition to preserve muscle mass: physical activity, particularly resistance training. When you challenge your muscles through activities like lifting weights, using resistance bands, or even bodyweight exercises like squats and push-ups, you send a powerful signal to your body that says, these muscles are necessary. Don't break them down. The combination of adequate protein intake and regular resistance exercise has been shown to be far more effective than either strategy alone. In fact, a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who combined protein supplementation with resistance training gained significantly more muscle mass than those who only increased their protein or only exercised. How much exercise do you need? The good news is you don't need to spend hours in the gym. 2 to 3 30-minute sessions of resistance training per week is sufficient to see significant benefits. And these don't have to be high-intensity workouts. Even gentle resistance training with light weights or bands can stimulate muscle preservation. I'm curious, do you currently include any form of resistance training in your weekly routine? If not, what's holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and maybe we can address some common concerns in a future video. Let's talk about another crucial aspect of muscle preservation that's often overlooked: inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a common issue as we age, and it can dramatically accelerate muscle loss. Certain foods in our diet can either promote inflammation or help combat it. Processed foods, refined sugars, and industrial seed oils like corn and soybean oil tend to be pro-inflammatory, while fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 rich foods like wild-caught fish have anti-inflammatory properties. This is why the quality of your protein source matters so much. A grain-fed steak raised with antibiotics and hormones will have a very different effect on your body's inflammatory response than a grass-fed steak from a naturally raised animal. Similarly, wild-caught salmon offers significantly more anti-inflammatory benefits than farmed salmon. Has your doctor ever discussed the role of inflammation in muscle loss with you? Most don't, yet it's a critical piece of the puzzle when it comes to preserving strength and mobility as we age. Another key player in muscle maintenance is proper hydration. Water is essential for nearly every bodily function, including protein synthesis and muscle recovery. As we age, our thirst sensation often diminishes, leading many seniors to be chronically dehydrated without realizing it. Dehydration can impair muscle function and recovery, undermining your efforts to preserve muscle mass. A good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water each day. For example, if you weigh 160 pounds, aim for about 80 ounces of water daily. Does that sound like more than you're currently drinking? For many people, it is. Consider setting a reminder on your phone or keeping a water bottle with you throughout the day to help develop better hydration habits. I want to circle back to the importance of timing when it comes to protein consumption. Research suggests that consuming some protein shortly before bed can be particularly beneficial for muscle preservation. During sleep, your body goes through its most intensive repair and rebuilding processes, and having amino acids available during this time can enhance muscle recovery. A small snack that combines protein with a bit of healthy fat, such as a few slices of turkey with avocado or a small serving of Greek yogurt with nuts, can provide a steady release of amino acids throughout the night. Have you ever tried a protein-rich bedtime snack? If so, did you notice any difference in how you felt the next morning? Let's also talk about some often overlooked natural sources of compounds that support muscle health. Herbs and spices don't just add flavor to your meals. Many contain powerful phytonutrients that combat inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which contribute to muscle loss. Turmeric, ginger, garlic, and rosemary are all excellent additions to a muscle-preserving diet. These can be easily incorporated into your meals with protein sources, creating delicious combinations that work synergistically to support your muscle health. As we approach the end of our time together, I want to emphasize something crucial. It's never too late to start preserving your muscle mass. Even if you're already experiencing some loss of strength or mobility, implementing these nutritional strategies can help slow the process and potentially reverse some of the effects of sarcopenia. Studies have shown that adults well into their 90s can still build muscle with the right combination of nutrition and exercise. The key is consistency. Small, sustainable changes to your daily eating habits will yield far better results than short-term, drastic measures. Can you commit to including a high-quality protein source at each meal? Can you add more anti-inflammatory foods to your diet? These simple steps, taken consistently, can add years of independence and vitality to your life. Before we wrap up, I'd like to address a question I receive frequently. What about protein supplements? While whole foods should always be your primary source of nutrition, high-quality protein supplements can be a convenient way to ensure adequate intake, especially for those with reduced appetites or difficulty preparing meals. If you do choose to use a protein supplement, look for one with minimal additives and from a reputable source. Whey protein isolate, collagen peptides, and plant-based protein blends can all be good options, depending on your specific dietary needs and preferences. In conclusion, preserving your muscle mass as you age isn't just about maintaining your physique. It's about safeguarding your independence, mobility, and overall quality of life. By ensuring adequate intake of high-quality animal proteins, combined with the essential cofactors of vitamin D and magnesium, you can significantly slow the natural process of muscle loss and potentially add years of active, healthy living to your life. I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Are there specific aspects of muscle preservation you'd like to learn more about in future videos? Your feedback helps me create content that truly serves your needs and interests. If you found this information valuable, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it with friends or family members who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based information on natural approaches to healthy aging. Together, we can redefine what it means to grow older, not as a time of inevitable decline, but as a period of continued strength, vitality, and independence. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, here's to your health and longevity through the power of natural nutrition.